What's going on, everybody? It is Sean, who is I, and I am hello. With me, as always, is the lovely, the effervescent, the magnanimous James.
Yo, Sean, you're coming in a little quiet today.
Am I? Okay.
I'm fucking with you. I'm messing.
Okay.
I'm messing.
I did just adjust my microphone levels, and this episode's gonna be raw. This episode of Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, the professional wrestling.
And you know Raw is war.
Yeah, but we don't watch that shit.
Yeah, you do. You're constantly texting me on Monday night saying, oh my God, did you see what John Cena did?
Okay, two things. I have literally never texted you after Monday Night Raw because I don't usually watch Monday Night Raw. And we're not watching that on this podcast. This is a podcast where we watch Lucha Underground from 2014-2015. We're on season 1. Lucha Underground, of course, the culmination, the love child, the straight scissoring magic between AAA and Robert Rodriguez's short-lived television. No, it's still on. I always think it's short-lived, the El Rey Network.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's still on TV, which is crazy.
I think it's on Pluto.
That counts.
Okay.
That fucking counts,
Yeah,
man.
it's on technically Pluto TV. That's a TV service. And they have a straight up channel. It's not like, oh, you can see it on demand. No, it's there.
That's like, to me, that's the wilder part because it's so hard to make television work today. Man, hey, no offense to Ted Turner. I like the gap between your teeth and your mustache. Television's dead, baby.
Yeah, TV has been laid to rest, just like the Dominator. No.
Oh, James, you know what? Do you want to talk about this up top?
What?
Oh, do you have Dominator news, or are you still just mourning the loss of your financial status after that brutal lawsuit?
It's so much so that I have to say it right here, right now, listeners. The financial, what's the opposite? The financial losses. I was going to say the opposite of financial gains.
Yeah. I think that's a loss.
That hit me with the Dominator is making me have to do April 15th. Oh, baby.
Let 'em know.
Saturday. All day stream. It's a Patreon pledge drive. Patreon.com/MLM pod. All these fucking subscribers are going to get me out of debt that the Dominator put me in. What's the details? We are trying to get to 40 patrons. Yes, please. Also, real quick, out of the bit, I need money to survive. This is not the Dominator related. We just need more patrons.
Yeah, so hook them up. April 15th, we're going crazy.
Yes.
And you listen to the good stuff. You know the good stuff. Even if you're like, I listen to Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling every week and I hate you so much, that Sean bastard. There are so many other beautiful shows on this network. Mostly speaking Sentai, the Formulaics, I was going to say Horny for Horror. That's a real one.
Yeah, also, that's a defunct one.
Oh, it's defunct? All right, not Horny for Horror.
We Love Trash.
We Love Trash. No, wait, is that you guys?
No, We Love Trash is what Horny for Horror became when one of the people got canceled rightfully.
Oh, true story. But no, I was A, fuck that person. B, no, what's your horror podcast?
Oh, The Height of Horror.
The Height of Horror. Fucking pay up, you savages.
Okay, well,
you scumbags, you Randy Macho Men.
I didn't want this to go on that long.
All right, that's cool.
Guys, all day stream. What will this entail? We're trying to get to 40 patrons. That includes $1 patrons. That includes $5 and $10 patrons. Every $10 or 10 patrons we get, I will be doing the Pocky One Chip Challenge. Scrum nom nom. And I will be going until either I pass out or we get that 40 patrons. However, I'll probably, regardless, if we get those 40, I'll still keep going, try to get more, probably like maybe 12 hours from 9 a.m. to question mark. But if we're not at that 40, I'm going till I pass out.
Damn, you're going to be eating so many Pocky Chips, you're going to have a fire in your mouth, just like episode 20. Oh, yep.
No, Sean, I'm confident we will get an estimated, 0 more patrons because that's how much faith I have.
Oh, man, well, that ruined my transition.
Oh, and
Thanks.
Sean will
Yeah.
be there. We're going to, I believe, be doing a live watch along of Los Luchadores. Yahoo!
I have zero faith I'm falling apart, and that's when you decide to mention me.
Yeah. No, because I try to
Thanks,
do these
James.
things. When I say like, oh, I'll eat hot sauce for Nicole's stream, she makes $1,000. And when I'm like,
Yeah.
hey guys, you want to join our patron? Silence.
Are you also, abusing your body?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be there to watch you abuse your body this time, too. We'll be watching Los Luchadores. I'm still gonna, and it's gonna be a party. And fucking so much a party, they're gonna say the roof is on fire, and I'll say, look a little higher, because I think the fire is in the cosmos. Fire in the Cosmos, Season 1, Episode 23 of Lucha Underground.
That's the name of this episode?
It is. Dude,
Oh,
my
wow.
transitions are killing it.
Also, real quick, this is episode
Yes.
23. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Now,
it is.
I was like, did I watch the right one? No, I know I did.
Yeah, I think right. We have a triple threat match, the trios match, and the main event of the best of 5. Correct?
Yes. At first,
All
I was
right.
like, Sean, that could be literally any episode.
No, I know. That's why I'm like, I don't want to give away too much, but you guys may have saw it or you will listen to it soon. And I do want to make sure we watched the right episode before doing this podcast.
Because, ooh, baby, have people come on my shows and been like, oh, shoot, I watched the wrong episode of this franchise that you wanted me to watch. I'm like, okay.
I'm pretty sure I was one of those people twice.
Oh, really?
I think at least once I think I watched the wrong Sentai. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you did. They're on What the Hell Mouth. TC quite frequently would be like, I watched the wrong episode. And I'd be like, okay, all right.
There's so many things in the world. That's why we must look up to the sky, to the cosmos, much like Aerostar in the beginning. What might be my favorite cold open so far in this series. With it's the night temple rooftop. First time we've seen the temple rooftop. Aerostar just gazing off.
Why is this your favorite cold open? It's a man on a roof.
Well, I don't know. Maybe because I haven't seen it before. Maybe because it reminded me we haven't seen the rooftop. Like we've seen all these other. It's weird. The temple is such a character. Like there's still a lot of mystery to me in why are we why specifically this location? Why is this also where you are holding this monster in a prison? Like there is something very odd about the structure of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was built on a Freddy Fazbear pizzeria or something. There's something happening at the location. So just seeing new areas of it get me kind of excited. And
Okay.
I thought it looked real pretty.
This is the first time in a long time that I watched out in the living room, which meant Nicole was watching about half of the episode with me, and I didn't have my heavy blue blockers on, so I was able to see Aerostar looking fancy. I don't think I've ever seen his outfit without it looking orange.
Aerostar looks so fucking good. He's donning the white tonight as he stares off into the sky, and Dario just appears behind him like the creep that Dario Cueto absolutely is.
And speaking of, his nose is also donning white this evening. And every evening.
Pretty much. Dario compares the inspiration of Arrow's heavens to Drago's fires of hell, and smirkingly assures Arrow that nothing will stop Drago tonight. He gets that line, if you see a shooting star, make a wish, but be careful what you wish for. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I think he's just going to wish for to win. But that's a good point. If he might wish for a pony, and the temple those doors can't fit a pony. That would be a foolish wish for Aerostar to make.
It's a studio. You can fit a pony in there.
That's true. It's just okay, maybe a pony, but not like a full on. I was gonna say horse, and then I was thinking of elephant. An elephant came out, but you could not fit an elephant.
Yeah, you could.
You could fit an elephant in the temple.
Yeah, because they have double doors for most studios. You can get an elephant in there. It would be cramped.
Okay, but what about an elephant standing on top of another elephant?
Yeah, you would have to put them in both separately and then stack them up when they're in there.
which is a lot of work. So hopefully Aerostar does not wish for an elephant stacked on top of another elephant. He merely wishes to win tonight.
I would love to see a top of an elephant match where like you have to get to the top of the elephant and wrestle the person down and then slide off his trunk, kind of reverse Fred Flintstone style, and then tackle someone in the air.
I would love to see, and I go to the Tarzan Disney movie.
Okay.
I forget what song it was, but he has that sequence where he's sort of like, after he pulls the elephant's tail and he sort of like has to slip his way out of there. But I would love to see just like a fucking Takeshita line, diving clothesline, sliding off of an elephant's trunk.
I will say it took me a little too long for me to realize you're talking about like Tarzan, because I was like, don't you mean Georgia the Jungle?
Excuse me, I meant George of the Jungle, yes.
All right.
As the Brendan Fraser movie as scored by Phil Collins. Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip Collins, related to Colin Mockery.
You better believe it. They are bald and they are... Actually, I feel Phil Collins is kind of a dick, or Colin Mockery is kind of a sweetheart.
Maybe.
I feel like I heard somewhere someone was like, Phil Collins does not shower very often and is mean.
I don't mind a shower often.
Usually, I guess, but the fact that if you don't, it's one thing if you don't shower often. It's one thing if you smell like you don't shower often and people can comment on it. If people notice, you gotta shower more.
Yeah. Also, if you're a studio musician, like you go into studio spaces, those aren't very ventilated. So you should.
They're like opposite end of ventilated. They're like designed to keep things in.
So you should for sure be showering. If you don't want to put on deodorant, that's fine. Go for it. But you need to shower before. And I will say, as someone who records music, if I'm recording a song, I know I will be showering twice that day because I shower beforehand because I know I'm going to get super sweaty and I don't want a greasy sweat. I want a clean sweat. And then after I'm done, I do a shower off, rinse off, and then it's good.
And I'll also say, as someone, not that this is Phil Collins things, but as someone who can like find himself in a bit of a mental funk, showering helps that. Like, it really does. I think it's wiser to shower more than you think you should. Because especially after coming off of 2020, we're all locked inside of our own home studios, re-recording In the Era Tonight, but whatever our personal version of In the Era Tonight is, it's nice to shower more than you think you should.
It's the only luxury I can afford, and hey, I'm coming off from a mental Terry funk,
forever.
Oh, real quick, ECW, I was like, you want to know what?
Why did you text me this? And then I responded, and you never responded back.
I'll give it some more shots. I didn't have anything else to watch that night. And I watched an episode. I was like, well, this has to be great. It's them going to Japan, teaming up with FMW. Boy, oh boy, did that episode suck ass. I couldn't get through it. I was like, where's the wrestling at, guys? It's just fuckers who don't know how to act or talk on the mic or think they know how to talk on the mic do such a poor job of it.
I mean, I cannot comment because I don't even know what episode this was, so I cannot.
They go to Japan.
I'm not sure if I agree or disagree.
FMW.
Okay, well, I didn't watch it, and I like. Do you remember like the year, the number?
It was Sabu and the Sandman were going at it, and Sabu's manager dude was talking up, and I'm like, dude, just fucking.
Bill, oh my gosh, what's his name?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. He's like very annoying. He's got the whistle, and it's literally just kind of like mumble mouth, like, I tell you. I think he's very fun. I think his best stuff is like, I think one of my favorite moments of, like, he'll always have a place in my heart because he was the manager of Sabu and Rob Van Dam, right? He's like a smaller, scrawnier guy. He kind of talks with like a Cajun mumbly. Yeah. Fuck, it's gonna Bill, and I can't think of his last name. It's gonna kill me. But he's like, so he started as a manager for their tag team, which was always kind of a which one of us is the better wrestler resentment bit of like rivalry tag team, like Gary Oak tag teaming with Ash Ketchum. Has always been the Sabu RVD relationship. So when they do have a match for the TV title, and Rob Van Dam cuts a promo backstage and Bill's with him, he's like, yeah, you tell him. And then Sabu cuts a promo backstage and Bill is also with Sabu. He's like, yeah, you tell him. And then he comes out and he's just like this heel manager for both guys at the same time. it's such a strong character. You don't get to you can't really plug him in everything because it is a very strong character that can overwhelm. But like when you use him well, I think it's chef's kiss. I love him.
Sean, you trying to convince me that Bill Alfonso is at all tolerable is like someone trying to convince me shit don't stank.
Oh my gosh. Well, I like Bill Alfonso, and James has strong opinions.
Or just ECW in general. It sucks, guys.
I disagree. It's definitely older, and it's definitely different. Well, yeah, man, hold on, because I'm thinking like you still have like Lance Storm, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, before they got to WCW and before WCW kind of kicked the shit out of them.
You want to know what?
There's a lot of cools. Yeah.
Give me ECW that is just the wrestling. I think I've said it here before. Truly, god awful everything in between. Get it out of here.
But you also haven't seen the Raven stuff, which you might, I feel like you might respond very well to.
A Raven's just someone who's like, I wish I could have my bangs in front of my eyes. This is him.
You can't judge a wrestler based on the bangs in front of their eyes.
But he doesn't do anything.
Yo, the Raven in ECW, he turned Sandman's son against him. In a very, like, your son, like, he does stuff. I don't know if you'll like it because obviously everything is subjective, but he does stuff in ECW.
2 thumbs down, EC-Dub, get out of here and gimme Lucha Underground.
I was saying, this is a Lucha Underground podcast. Why are we spending so much time not defending? Because again, I have not seen this episode, but just like appreciating ECW.
I'll let you know the exact episode, and then next time we meet up, you can be like, oh yeah, you want to know what? I actually like that, James. And I'll be like, wow, man, are you on drugs?
And I'll be like, actually, I am, and I'm fucking cooler because of it. I'm on the drug of fucking... Oh, sorry. Yep, before we actually go into this episode.
Oh, I think I was on drugs while watching this episode, and it still sucked.
Okay, well, maybe... All right. Well, I am a beacon of sobriety, and this Trios qualifying match is a beacon of Trios wrestling. The opening contest, the final qualification for the finals of the Trios tournament is King Cuerno, Cage, and Tejano taking on Johnny Mundo, Hernandez, and Prince Puma. Of course, last week we saw Puma and King Cuerno go at it for the Lucha Underground title, the Azteco, as it is known. With all 6 men, at least ringside if they weren't in the match. Match ended after Hernandez interfered and Prince Puma was like, what the fuck? That's so dishonorable. I don't know if you've seen me, Hernandez. I'm super honorable. So there was a bit of tension last week, but it looks like everyone's on the same page this week. So much history between Cage and Puma, Cage and Mundo, Mundo and Cuerno. We talked about their rivalry for weeks, and it's just like messy. And Hernandez just got here. This is his first match in Lucha Underground. That big beefy boy is the messiest, but like in a really cool way. Initial thoughts before we talk about the match.
Vampiro gives off such strong kid brother energy in the beginning of this.
I have a quote from Vampiro as the babyfaces the Technicos are making their entrance. Vampiro's him and Conan, I swear to God. It's like, Conan would like that limelight without doing anything as usual. Like, I don't think Conan even appeared on camera tonight.
Yeah, in a recap that you love so much.
Oh yeah, hey, you didn't even mention I didn't do the recap this week. I'm trying something new. I am growing my penis does when I watch good wrestling.
Whoa. Who's your favorite dick growth of a wrestler?
My favorite... Okay, specifically my favorite dick growth of a wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't realize until I was watching New Legacy Inc. play the John Cena's storyline in the new 2K23 game. John Cena had boners in like a lot of his major matches. It's weird.
And that gives you boners.
I respect the game.
You love watching Trainwrecked, so you can just jazz off to John Cena.
I still need to see Trainwrecked.
Whoa, what? We saw it in theaters.
Oh, man, I was too busy watching Johnny Mundo.
And then, you also watch Ernest Scared Stupid, so you see where what's-his-face is going to end up like.
What?
Jim Varney looks a lot like John Cena.
Oh, okay. Yes, we talked about that. We're trying to get John Cena into Jim Varney movies.
Yeah. Hey, please.
John Cena is the next Ernest. John, stop running from your destiny.
I want him to remake Ernest Goes to Africa and not be problematic.
Yeah, because John Cena definitely does not have a problematic Twitter following that we just found out, or followership.
He says, bang chung, and then it goes, Dish.
Well, okay.
Well, he's eating that ice cream. I watch a lot of meme shit, so that comes up so often. Remember when the Fast 9 stuff happened and he had to like give an apology to the people of China for, I think, maybe saying Thailand or Taiwan is a country or some bullshit?
Oh, I do remember. That's not, which is not like, I don't think that's cancelable in China, but like, not like we all just found him going on record saying, yeah, I know Vince McMahon is a redacted, but I still love him. And we're all like, shut the fuck up. Stop saying you love this creep. Yeah.
You don't need to make that known. He knows this, okay?
We got it. We're still dealing with the fact that, though, he is redacted as fuck.
He's actually
he's back in the company.
Yeah, that's what he literally...
No, the word redacted because, an official employee. I mean, he's been backstage for shows for a little bit, but as of Friday, was that? So that would have been the 31st?
Also, how old is Vince McMahon?
Old.
Why do you want to keep working? I guess if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
Because it's the only job that allows him to walk around and redacted.
But you can just hang out at your home.
Yeah, but there aren't attractive girls for him to... I don't want to get in... I hate him so fucking much.
Order escorts.
Yeah, it's not about the gratification. It's about the power.
Oh my God. Then join Fortnite and scream at children.
Yeah. No, actually, no. Vince, don't talk to children at all. Absolutely not. Yeah, no.
I would watch Vince's Twitch channel of him just being violent towards children on Fortnite.
I don't think he would be violent. That's not what I'm concerned about.
No, I mean, like,
sorry.
Violent in ways, whatever ways he'd be like, you fuckers, when you were just cum stains in your daddy's drawers, I was ruling Monday nights.
You know how you didn't want to talk about the 15th for this long?
Also, some wrestling wise child will be like, wait, wasn't that WCW Nitro? And then you go, and then report them for saying slander and slurs. And they'd be like, we weren't, though. No, bringing up Nitro's a slur to me.
I hate him so much.
You love him. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair.
Man, I'm so glad the thing I love is populated by so many cool people.
Hey, guess what?
Like, do I love wrestling? James?
This is the same thing as comedy. Like, there are nice people in there. Just because some fans will still propagate and put on pedestals the shit heels, that means, guess what, Sean? You can focus on the people who are doing great things inside and outside of your art.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I'm yelling at you to finally get it in your goddamn skull that you can still enjoy things and still like sift through the bullshit.
We did a Lucha Underground podcast. One of the reasons is so that we never had to talk about Vince McMahon in detail. And admittedly, I brought him up a little bit. Yeah. I apologize. But can we, how do you feel about Hernandez? This is your first time seeing the LAX veteran. How do you feel about this guy? He opens the match by flexing and then flicking his flex sweat onto King Cuerno. He flicks sweat. That's cool, isn't it?
I loved him.
I thought you would, actually.
Was so fucking cool. He no-sells a chop from Cuerno, then follows it up with what I will call, we need, instead of a chop, maybe a Vatican slice. He blesses him, caresses his cheek, kisses him on the forehead, then smack.
He straight anoints him before just chopping the shit out of him. It is beautiful. I love, what are we calling it? The
Vatican slice.
Vatican slice. The Vatican slice was very cool. And seeing Cuerno, who is so hyper focused and hyper technical, and seeing him struggle against and a big guy like Cuerno is also a big dude, but to struggle against the absolute aloofness for some of the old heads, some of the nice, if you're a big Nash guy, especially WCW Nash, who was super big, super cool, would no sell a lot of offense because he's just too big for it. I got a lot of that vibes from Hernandez in this match, classic Nash. And he's great. And the team, the trio is really nice. Hernandez tags in Mundo, and they have great chemistry actually. Hernandez and Mundo have some really fun chemistry.
And I was surprised by that, much like Vampiro, because anything related to Conan doesn't seem like it'll work well.
Yeah, I like that Vampiro. He calls out 2/3 of the connections to Conan in this match. Nothing good can come from this.
We need to just hear Vampiro just solidify and clarify. Is he being serious, or is he just doing a razz of someone who is now a friend?
Well, that's interesting. And so something that's happening now, and has been happening for a while, Seth Rollins, formerly Tyler Black, who is a WWE guy. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name.
Yeah. Why did you clarify formerly Tyler Black?
I don't know why. Yeah, nobody knows.
Yes.
Some people know Tyler Black, but yeah, Seth Rollins. I don't know why. As I was saying it too, I heard myself going, Sean, shut the fuck up, you pretentious cad. But Seth Rollins has been online a lot, and doing these real aggressive style shoot interviews. Some of them, like the Logan Paul one, who he just wrestled last night, started when he went on some interview and was like, I don't fuck with Logan Paul. You guys, I'm being serious. I hate this guy so much. Not a WWE televised interview. I forget what the media was, but some other media. And he's been doing that with Cody Rhodes. He did that with CM Punk after he left AEW. I don't want him here, actually. And it's one of those things where, with Seth, I don't know anymore. And it's kind of the same with Vampiro and Conan, where it's it builds interest. It's very old school, protect the biz thinking of if everyone thinks we hate each other, we will sell more tickets.
Yeah.
That being said, though, Vampiro and Conan are not wrestling each other anytime soon. So, I'm very curious. I have no idea. I think there is a respect because they are in the same business, and which they love. But I don't know how they actually feel about each other.
Yeah, and just because we know they have real life beef with each other from back in the day, so that's why I'm wondering and curious. Also, what if I said oh yeah, Tugboat, formerly the Shockmaster? People be like, why did you put that in? You just want people to know who the Shockmaster was.
Sorry. I feel, as I was saying it, I felt so bad because obviously Seth Rollins, if I went Tyler Black, also known as Seth Rollins, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did it. Shouts out to the Shockmaster, Sting's greatest tag team partner. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sting, actually, I think it was this match. Matt Striker out of nowhere just starts going, a man called Cage. And I don't know why Brian Cage is the new Sting. That was but good for, good for everyone.
I was listening to, I think it was Who Charted, and Brett Morris starred, the engineer and producer of the show, brought up oh yeah, Sting's real good. When he was in The Police, talking about that. And then Howard goes, oh yeah, loved him in WCW. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's really good.
Hell yeah. Sting does everything. I don't listen to his music, but I respect that he's making it. That's awesome. Owen Wilson was not in this match, but everything else is cool. I didn't have a transition. I just want to talk more about. We see our first shot of the mystery guest, who is sipping his drink while wearing sunglasses inside. This will be. We actually didn't get his name at all this episode. Should I reveal who he is, or should we save the mystery?
Also, I believe sitting behind him, I was like, who the fuck is that? I think it might be a psychopathic person sitting behind him.
Oh, I missed. I mean, I'd buy it, man. Penta's here doing 3 up, 3 down every week,
He's not doing forks up, forks down.
Sierra Miedo, baby. Forks up, forks down. You don't know that Penta's not a juggalo.
Okay, he looks like it, doesn't mean he is, but who's this mystery guest?
Sean Daivari, formerly Daivari in WWE. Sheik Abdul Bashir in TNA Impact.
What was he in the Indies?
I don't think I think he went by Variations of Daivari. No, I'm trying to think because he has a very odd career. Right, he's in WWE now as an agent producer. His brother Arya Daivari is working with AEW, but it's that time period. WWE is trying to figure out what they're doing. I think Daivari just left Impact, so he's a free agent. So this is his Indies. As a mysterious man sipping a drink, wearing sunglasses inside, sitting with the Juggalo crew. Yeah. Which is nice.
So at this point in the match, Mundo is in, and he, instead of doing chops, he starts kicking Tejano.
In a Tree of Woe position, which is you hang upside down from the corner by your feet.
Mm-hmm. And he goes 1, 2, and he's just kicking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the crowd is chanting and then goes to 10. Yeah. But then Mundo says, then does this cool ass kick.
Yeah, and corkscrew kick coming down on Tejano's face, nasty style.
Vampiro says, we do have the smartest fans. They counted up to 10 after all.
It's true. There's a beautiful stereo enziguri by Mundo and Puma that they shoot from underneath, which I swear to God needs to be a poster on a dorm room somewhere. It looked so nice.
I want a 5.1 enziguri.
Okay. I want a Dolby sound enziguri, which is Thomas Dolby singing She Blinded Me with Science while kicking you in the side of the head.
I just want a mono.
I just want mono. Someone kiss me. Give me disease.
All right.
Sweet.
I got a cat with mono right now.
Oh, no. What happened?
I'm kidding. I was implying come on. I should have just said, yeah, come over here and lick its mouth.
Okay, because cats get mono, right?
And I don't think so.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Nicole did this very mean. It was maybe 6 p.m. yesterday, April 1st, and Nicole comes in and says, James, and I go, what? And she goes, Henry just pooped on your pillow. And
it was Nicole who pooped on your pillow. Got him.
I think Nicole thought I would be like, are you fucking kidding me? Why? But I was like, what is wrong with Henry? Like, why couldn't he make it there? And I got there.
You were worried about his health.
Yes. And I got there and Nicole says, April Fools. And I was like, that wasn't a good one. I was sad and scared for my friend.
Got him. Yo, she fucking April Fooled your ass, dude. You were concerned about a loved family member. Fucking got your ass.
And then Nicole was in our bedroom / her office for the evening working on stuff. I was like, hey, can I just hang out in here? And I sat down, put on my blanket, and Henry, he's never done this. He crawled underneath the blanket and kind of like sat down. I was like, oh my God, I'm excited and scared at the same time because I don't know what he's doing.
Aw. Oh, I do know what they're doing in this match as we move to the finish. That's so sweet. That's so fucking cute. I'm sorry. I wanted to transition because we need to finish talking about this match, but that is so fucking sweet.
These are notes that I have. The crowd is horny for Tejano. I wasn't listening with headphones, but there was a woman. I don't know Spanish. I'm assuming from the tone of her voice, she's like, I have some wet panties for you, Tejano.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not. I didn't major in Spanish, but I'm pretty sure that was the vibe. Tejano's great.
There is a Bill and Ted moment with Puma and Mundo where they go like, yeah, or kind of like Cody Lambert and JT Lambert like doing some 90s ass like zuzzy type deal.
There are a couple of really nice moments. Like I talked about the double enziguri they hit together. There's a moment, I think Cuerno is running to hit his diving arrow, and they trip him up, and instead they trip him up together, and instead hit stereo planchas over the top rope. And the way they're just like they're in such sync, they gotta like it's interesting the dynamic there because Hernandez, they work well with Hernandez, but he's brought in from Conan, and he's brought in a very different. He's in that like I'll be a babyface if I have to, but I'm here to win. Yeah. Where Mundo and Puma have a lot more honor. They do have a lot more, at this time, like in common with each other. I mean, and I think that was the first episode, right? Where they were fighting each other for the for the briefcase. That was the first episode of like we kicked the shit out of each other and now we respect each other so much. They have I think JT and Cody Lambert might be the perfect sort of analysis of their relationship. It's very sweet.
Or Bill and Ted.
I think I like JT and Cody though, just because Mundo has a little bit more experience.
Okay.
So he is the Cody, where Puma has so much potential, is picking it up so quick.
But I don't want to call anyone that I enjoy JT.
Okay, let's say Cody Lambert and a sophomore in high school, like a 15-year-old Keanu Reeves.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so we'll switch. We're putting them together. The finish of the match, Puma escapes the thrill of the hunt with a small package, broken up at 2. And in the confusion, because at this point, everyone's throwing bombs, everyone's doing shit on the outside is crazy. Referee does not notice that Tejano lands a cowbell shot to the skull of Prince Puma, who this time cannot escape King Cuerno's thrill of the hunt. And the champion is pinned at 10 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh.
Crazy. They pinned the champion.
Yeah, I have one during match note, which is Puma tries to pick up Cage, and I go, oh no, your little kitten back.
It's so fucking brutal. But the spirit cannot overcome the odds of these monsters.
Mm-hmm. Which, they comment, Vampiro says, well, of course they won. You got a hunter, a monster, and a machine. To which I was like, okay, well, what would they say for our good guys, which would be we have a hottie, an anti-American, and a kitty cat.
That is true. I forgot Hernandez tried to burn the American flag.
I told that bit that you keep referring to in the hitting a child with a car thing to Nicole, and she's like, Jesus Christ.
Wrestling's awesome.
Well, during this match, before I said that, she goes, ever think wrestling is just cute? And I'm like, yeah, Sean is constantly talking about how Phoenix is a little kitty cat.
Yeah, wrestling is everything, which is like one of my favorite. It goes around, and I feel like there are a lot of old heads and people that are like, no, it needs to be this or it needs to be that. You lose. No, it should, like, the best shows have a little bit of everything. There are cuties. There are meanies. There are guys you are scared of. There are guys you hate, not because you're scared of them, just because they're shitty and they're shitty cowards who get their way. Like it should be a little bit of everything. Wrestling's cute as hell. Mm-hmm. If you're out there watching thinking like, oh, am I a bad wrestling fan because I think wrestling is cute? No, you're the best wrestling fan because you're watching. After the match, Dario, like a moth emerging from the cocoon of his office, comes to congratulate Cuerno, Cage, and Tejano. He is so excited for next week's tournament finals. He wants a little bit of piece of the action now. We're about to see a triple threat match with one member of each of the winning teams. The winning teams, as a reminder, were Big Rick, Killshot, the Mac, the team tonight, Tejano, Cage, and King Cuerno, and the Odd Thruple, Son of Havoc, Ivelisse, and Angelico. Ooh. The match tonight will feature, the match coming up next is Cage versus the Mac versus Son of Havoc. Initial thoughts before we get deep into it.
Oh, it's real good.
Real good. Son of Havoc, super over. Like, people are, like, he's kind of the only clear babyface, but to hear people be so, just from like where he was when we started Lucha Underground to like how people are reacting to Son of Havoc now is, it's cool, man. Son of Havoc's awesome. Mm-hmm. Also, the Mac, Willie Mack in this match, he does so many cool things. Willie Mack, if you're looking for him today, is not signed anywhere. He might be signed to MLW. But it's definitely, if he's ever in your town and you see Willie Mack on the card, make sure you go. That guy's awesome.
He's Major League Wrestling.
I think I could be wrong.
Is that what MLW means?
Yeah, you nailed it. 5,000-10,000 stars.
Nailed it. I said, I'm going to watch the cutscenes from Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 because they're like cool FMWs. And Nicole goes, oh, yes, I know what that means. And just like butchered everything besides video. And I was like, all right, you got one of the words right. And then she tries again, still gets video. I was like, okay, so you know which one you got right. She never got it right.
Oh, you know who did get it right, though? Son of Havoc in the opening moments. I love it. He's the smallest guy out of these three and like recognizes that and immediately is just like moving in between them. sees like I'm the smaller guy. I need to like weave myself in between you two so that you guys punch each other, and then I can kind of like get my shit in. It was very smart, especially for a triple threat match, which can be can be clunky. You know, it's a triple threat match is harder to put together than a one-on-one or even a tag match or a multi-match. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, Son of Havoc immediately knows what he needs to do, starts moving around. Unfortunately, Cage is Cage, and it's a fucking problem. But also, fucking Mac is Mac, and he is a goddamn problem.
He's so good.
Dude, when they get Cage into the corner, attack Smorgasbord. Son of Havoc hits his handspring back elbow. Mac splash into a slingshot drop kick. Like Mac's a big guy. Mac can hit you with I think Mac lands like this real nasty exploding suplex at one point, but just as quickly can just like start flying and start throwing sentons. He hits you with a lot. And you need to be ready for all of it. After the exploder suplex, Mac climbs to the top rope, but Son of Havoc cuts him off to avalanche Rana Mac onto Cage. Mm-hmm. So he does this like avalanche Steiner off of the rope onto Cage. Pinfall, kick out, armbar, fucking break. Mac comes back to break it up senton style. Cage repays Mac with a running boot. Like, it is constantly, no one is left out. There is a lot of times you'll see like someone needs to powder to the outside and then two guys will go at it. Those moments are woven so smoothly, I think, in this triple threat.
I think when the armbar was happening, Mac should have armbarred the other arm.
That happens. You have not. I'll tell you this, wrestling fans. You guys have not lived until you've seen a train of like 10 dudes all putting each other in a side headlock, and then someone comes up and puts the other guy in the side headlock, and then someone comes up and puts the next guy in the side headlock. There is a PWG match, and I need to remember. I forget who it was, who's all in there. I know legend Liger, Jushin Thunder Liger is in that match, where it's that same idea of like armbar into someone in armbar or someone's armbar, or headlock into someone's headlock into someone's headlock, of like a train of submission holds. But the submission hold in question is a thumb up the butt.
Uh-oh.
It's like a 5-on-5 10-man match. So it's just 10 dudes, each with a thumb up their butt, and their thumb in someone else's butt, just like parading around the ring. Wrestling's awesome, and it's very cute. I love it.
Pornographic.
I wouldn't say that, but I would agree. I wouldn't say it, but I would agree. There's a Tower of Doom spot with Son of Havoc on the base. I loved this sequence. Mm-hmm. Tower of Doom is Cage is hitting a superplex. Son of Havoc comes from underneath and power bombs Cage while he's doing a superplex to Mac. And then Son of Havoc just fires up, running double stomp to Cage, running suicida to the outside, comes back in, goes for another suicida to Cage on the outside, but Cage fucking catches him in just vertical suplex position. Like, brutal catch. Lands on the outside. Cage goes for Weapon X. He gets roundhoused by Mac. Mac has an advantage. I forget what he lands. Oh, no, excuse me. Fuck, man. There's a lot happening. I apologize if I'm a little jumbledy-bumbledy. But Son of Havoc is going for the shooting star press. Cage on the outside pulls Mac away so that Son of Havoc lands on his face. Rolls into the ring. Weapon X. Cage wins the match at 5 minutes and 57 seconds.
Sean, what if I just edit all of your mumbly mouth and you're like, hey, sorry for being mumbly mouth. And people are like, the fuck is he talking about?
I apologize. Honestly, I got so deep in my head. You were one of the greatest editors, sound designers, earmen in the business. I was so afraid of my mumbly. I was like, even James can't fix this fucking chaos spewing out of my lips.
I mean, I could. Will I? Time-wise, probably not.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll trim it down a little.
Let him know I am a mess and I love wrestling when it's cute.
I really enjoyed the crowd is screaming, holy shit, and then Vampiro goes, holy, hey, they're saying it, you can't edit that.
Vampiro will not be canceled tonight.
You can't edit the crowd out.
You also can't edit out this bathroom scene. We cut to the temple bathroom. Drago placing his mouthpiece. He got a new mouthpiece for his mask. As Dario just finishes a dookie. Like, you hear a big flush as he comes out of the bathroom.
He's doing cocaine.
You don't flush after you do cocaine. That man just pooped.
No, you're flushing to make it seem like you just used a restroom, but all you were doing was, or maybe, oh, I need to ditch my bloody nose towels down the drain.
I think he was doing both. That's fair. Based on what happens next, where he thinks about washing his hands, but instead just wipes them off with a paper towel, I think that man was doing a line while hitting a dookie and just didn't know what to do.
You hear about people say, hey, masturbate while you're high, you're stoned on weed or maybe some ecstasy. Boy, oh boy, when you dump out on cocaine, it's magically feeling.
Yes, magically feeling. Dario reminisces on meeting Drago in this very bathroom for the first time and kind of has the same conversation he had with Arrow. And it sucks that Arrow had a beautiful night sky. He's breathing in that fresh air, as fresh as you can get in LA. And he has this awesome conversation while stargazing with Dario. Meanwhile, Drago just has to listen to fucking Cueto take a shit to have this same conversation. It's bullshit. But that's the heavens versus the fires of hell, man. Some of you guys get a beautiful night sky. Other guys get to smell the dookie of the boss.
Oh, man, the boss did dookie? Is that what you're the boss? Bruce Springsteen did a covers album of a Green Day?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind hearing the boss's dookie, okay?
All right. Well, what I would mind is this next segment. Pentagon Jr. live in-ring sacrifice. Pentagon Jr., who is not scheduled tonight. Commentary team makes it clear he does not have a match. Why is this dude in full gear? He whispers into the ring announcer, Melissa Santos' ear. He wants her to announce that he dedicates his next sacrifice to his master. Melissa Santos, the professional that she is, goes to leave the ring, and Penta attacks her.
This is violent. I did not enjoy this one bit.
No, I didn't enjoy this. I enjoyed how much I didn't enjoy this because this was deeply uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
This commentary cuts out. It's one thing that he's attacking Melissa from behind, not letting her leave, and there is silence. Like they don't say anything for a long time.
And I was like, why isn't Vampiro oh, okay, all right, Vampiro's getting up, he's about to get in the ring, but
finally says, there's no way I'm gonna take this, stands up, takes the headset off.
He screams, I don't need my music to get in the ring.
Play my music, please. That's why Sexy Star got in there first. No one played his music. That's why it was silent for so long. He was waiting for someone to play his music.
Just the crowd starts humming his music. John Cena!
Sexy Star gets in the ring before Vampiro does, though. Drop kicks Penta from behind and gets Melissa out of there. And they are yelling at each other. Yeah, this segment is uncomfortable. And I think going back to that whole thing, like a wrestling show should have a little bit of everything. There was some excitement. Sometimes it can be cute. This was not cute. And I like it for that reason. But like a warning, if you listen to these before you watch the episodes, this is not cute. If you like your wrestling cute, this is deeply uncomfortable, which they do a great job of making it feel bad. It feels bad to watch.
Bad meaning bad, not bad meaning good.
Yes.
And I will say, hey, I'm very glad the past few weeks, and I think for the longest time, I've been saying this dude needs to get out of this promotion if he's going to keep doing this type of bullshit. It's escalated.
Yeah, Pentagon Jr., not a good person. The master is weird. He's not just evil. He's not doing this for a specific reason. It's not business even. He is fanatical. Fanaticism is dangerous and scary. Again, I am praising this segment. All parties were signed on to this. This was the story they wanted to tell, and they told the story very well. And it didn't feel, because wrestling can be so melodramatic, that a story beat like this could feel exploitative. This did not feel exploitative. It just felt deeply disturbed. It felt too real.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of respect I want a segment like this to have.
Yeah.
I hated it and I loved that.
Like a lot of things in wrestling that are taken too they're trying to take this seriously. Most of them you could throw the Benny Hill theme behind and you'd be like, ha ha ha, this is not. They did this well. They were trying to evoke an uncomfortable emotion and they did that.
Yeah. Penta the person, not Pentagon Jr., the luchador in this episode. Penta the person is awesome. He's killing this. He's killing this character. It is so uncomfortable.
Man, he should be with my master.
Who's your master?
We
bait. Is this a bait joke?
No. My master. You could say it's a little problematic. I just go up Damon a few blocks. There's this huge, just no one's doing anything with them. Why not? I don't know why it's in quotes illegal. I go to this cemetery, I dig up some bodies, and I hand it off to my master. He does. Though there is a weird thing, it might be a kink, I don't know. He has me before I present myself, has me put like this pillow on my back, like underneath my shirt, and makes me call him master. So it is weird, but he pays well.
You need to warn me if we're going to do an episode of Shuffling the Deck. You can't just come in with you can't just come in and expect to do an episode of Shuffling the Deck to talk about your weird juggleism necro fetishes.
No, this isn't that.
Oh, okay.
It's a man named Frankenstein. Actually, it's a kid, Billy Frankenstein, who's been taking up the work of his great
Is this
uncle.
a Frankenweenie reference?
No, it's Billy Frankenstein. You know, that children's movie?
I thought that was Frankenweenie. What's Frankenwiener then? I'm thinking of the children's movie Frankenwiener, which features a child Dr. Frankenstein resurrecting his dog. Do you know this one?
Yes, I've seen that, of course.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Billy Frankenstein it's the same dude behind Invisible Mom 2, Invisible Dad, and a lot of other movies of that ilk. And I think also Chainsaw Hookers of Hollywood, or Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. This man has a weird background of movie making.
Yo, I wish we had time to dig deep into this because I don't know this world at all, and it sounds horrifyingly fascinating.
It's where, before Fairly Odd Parents, the dude who plays Cosmo and the dad and all of that, and the janitor, he is in a lot of these dudes' movies before Fairly Odd Parents kicked off. So watch Invisible Dad. That one is the best out of this man's. And by best, I mean the most fun. Invisible Mom is probably the best out of all these.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of best, let's close out tonight with the fifth in the Best of 5 series. Yes, Aerostar versus Drago finished their series tonight. We come back from commercial. Dario in the ring announces he'll be taking over for the little bit shaken Melissa Santos.
Gross.
Dario Cueto, Dario Cueto, this is so slimy. Like, all the sort of, like, uncomfortable silence in the last segment is slimed up by this fucking scumbag. God, so yeah, and even the way he announces it, he's so horny for this violence.
Yeah.
We saw, and we've talked for a while, these guys are in a couple months, are about to become the Chikara Trios tournament winners alongside Rey Fenix. They are former tag champions together in AAA. You know, these guys have a long history outside of Lucha Underground. You know, pre-Lucha Underground, after Lucha Underground. These guys have been together for a long time. But over the course of these matches, we have seen that mutual respect devolve into competition, where there's almost no room for respect when they want to win that badly. And at this point, they each have 2 wins apiece. This is the final, the decider. And whoever will win this match gets a, quote, unique opportunity from the man behind this Best of 5 series, Dario Cueto.
What did you think the unique opportunity was?
In my head, I wasn't sure. I was just like, it cannot be a title shot for the Azteca title belt, because that is too obvious. Whatever it is, as long as it's not a shot at the Lucha Underground Championship, I'll be happy.
I was thinking it was going to be the honor of being Dario's +1 to a fancy cocaine party.
Also watching the match for the first time, staying ringside, is Cueto, who is not even licking his lips. He is grinding his lips together like Catholic school kids at their first boy-girl party.
He's doing this. He is
horned up.
He has made it so it looks like he doesn't have lips. He's pushed them into his mouth like this.
Yeah.
And he's licking them from the inside.
Oh my gosh. This match. I mean, but the match is fire. The match is bomb after bomb after bomb.
Sean, I'll be honest, that kind of made me horny doing that to myself.
Focus. We gotta wrap this up. We've been real good the last couple of weeks. We can't spend another hour talking about how horny we are. We gotta move.
I only have one more note, so go forth and conquer.
All right, I might have taken a few too many notes, so let me kind of go through it. And it's the story evolved from what we saw last week, where Drago has learned that his best sort of offense against Aerostar is just brutal violence, especially in the form of slams. Aerostar has the skies. Aerostar has the springboards. Anytime there's space created, Aerostar has that advantage. And they're either running strikes or aerial strikes. Space is sky, and that is Aerostar. But when they're close together, when they have to ground wrestle each other. The ground is where the Infierno lives. In the Inframundo, that's Drago, baby. So it's it's arrow flying like what the fuck, and Drago just dumping like Dario Cueto in the bathroom before he has to talk to his favorite wrestler. Dumping Aerostar on his back, on his head, on his neck. Oh, it's so good.
Your anus has so many nerve endings and they're amplified when you snort cocaine. So yeah, guys, take a shit while you're save it up. So you take the greatest dump out and drink coffee. You're hyped up on cocaine and coffee, and you ate like a whole rotisserie chicken the night before and bran flakes this morning.
Do it for your anal nerve endings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to talk about a couple stuff.
Wait, real quick, Sean.
Yeah.
Thinking about that just made me horny.
All right. Couple notes. Drago after Arrow kicks out at 2, at one point you see I think there's like this, you can see the second gear of the match coming when he flips and just goes for this real like ground and pound, and he's tugging at the mask. Eventually he flips Arrow onto the apron. Arrow's like kind of is about to jump in the air when Drago fucking kicks his kneecaps out of his soul and Arrow's on the ground. Drago goes under the apron, pulls out a table. Fucking, yo, you think you were horny? Dario Cueto, and so he sees that table come out. Ooh-wee. Unfortunately, Drago takes a little too long setting Arrow up on the table, so he recovers, ends up getting Drago on the table. Huge step-up splash, step-up springboard from the ring to the outside, through the table. Daivari is on his feet. Now he's horny, screaming, "This is what I wanted. This is what I came for. Let me lip my lips from the inside." Unfortunately, he has to roll him in. He only gets the 2. Or excuse me, Arrow rolls Drago in, springboard senton, but the loose pin, he can only get a 2. Temple roaring with dueling chants. Let's go Aerostar, let's go Drago, Aerostar. Those dueling chants rise both luchadors to their feet.
Kind of like dueling dragons at Universal Studios, no longer there.
Yeah, fucking, and universally, these guys are stud IO. The IO didn't fit. I don't know. These guys are studs.
What?
And I'm about
Sharna?
this.
What are you talking about?
Yo, I don't know, man. I tried.
Shouts out to her.
Yeah, shouts out to Sharna, you piece of trash.
Death in comedy. What? No, truth in comedy.
No, you were right the first time. After the crowd rallies these two warriors, Arrow's looking for 2 quick roll-ups. Drago kicks out each time, catches a running Arrow with a backdrop into the drop kick to the mush. Arrow can't even stand. He's on the ropes. These guys have been fighting. This is their 5th match, and these matches have gone aggressive. The toll has been taken on their bodies, and I think for stylistically, the high flying Aerostar, he feels that a little bit more. You know, he's taking bumps every time he goes to the sky. His moves require so much finesse and so much movement that It's rough. He can't stand anymore.
Taking bumps when he goes to the sky sounds like Dario every time he needs to get through a flight.
Well, I suppose unlike Dario, Arrow has no flights left in him.
Oh.
As he's picking himself up, Drago goes in for a fierce dragon lair pin. With the mousetrap with the hook catch, and we get the 3 at 10 minutes and 16 seconds.
We also get, when that happens, Stryker goes, "Holy shiz!" Like he realizes, like, oh shoot, I'm about to curse and I cannot do that.
This isn't the crowd. This is all Matt Stryker, and I can't afford another lawsuit.
He's like, hey, someone just like in post put reverb on that, so it sounds like, I'm far off from Mike, and it's actually the people in the crowd. Why don't we just bleep it? Okay.
No, because Todd Glass is in the sound booth. So he's like, no, we'll just add reverb. It'll be great. Yeah. Shouts out to Todd Glass. Better than Sharna Halpern. After the match, Drago, holding his ribs, helps Aerostar to his feet, who immediately, without even thinking about it, raises the hand of his victor, his friend Drago. The competitive nature that sort of had to push out their friendship, had to push out their respect. Now that we are finished, we have a clear winner. It's out of there. And to see Arrow be like, you know what? Shit, that was awesome. Before he has time to like question it, to like be jealous, he puts his friend first, and that's that shit I love. Wrestling is cute. That's like the good, heartfelt. It's cute, but also very emotionally evocative. I felt that when he immediately goes to raise Drago's hand. I was like, yes, that's what friendship's about. Fucking my favorite planeteer is heart. Always have been, always will be. Let's go. They're hugging it out. The hug is for all of us. And as Arrow leaves to let Drago celebrate, Dario gets into the ring. And Dario lets Drago know what that opportunity is.
It's got to be extreme.
It is a title shot against Prince Puma. With one little catch. If Drago loses, he will be banned from the temple forever.
Man, Sean, with those glasses, you kind of look like that kid.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to be Squints. I'm trying to make out with more lifeguards in my life.
Oh, hell yeah. Drago
shakes his head. He screams, no, twice before shrugging, which is my favorite. He's like, no. Which true. Like, it's the complex nature of this unique opportunity. He's excited. He gets a title shot. But there is a lot attached to that, and we will find out what that means next week
on Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. But until then, you can always follow me at twitch.tv, Goose Von Kaiser. I'll do watch-alongs with AEW Dynamite and certain pay-per-views, and I play video games, and I talk about buttholes, and it's a good time.
Hell yeah. Hey, guys. Check out Marshland Monster wherever music is found. New album this Friday? Yeah, April 7th. It's an EP with Crazy 8 the Snapcase. He remixed a few of my songs. Check that out. And April 28th, oh baby, new Dragon Boy Suede Marshland Monster Cat Fight. That's the name of the track. It's both of us rapping. It's real good. Hey, yo! And finally, hey, go over to mlmpod.com for information about my other podcast, but more importantly, patreon.com/MLMpod. Oh yeah, if you don't want me going with my measter, robbing bodies to make a Frankenstein, how about you head over there, okay? Remember, Dominator really took a lot out of me. And then the stream on the 15th, Sean will be there. Also, Sean, speaking of Invisible Dad, maybe you can come over for a straight to Patreon. We'll watch Invisible Dad and talk about it.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, Nicole will be pissed.
Yeah, good.
She doesn't want to see that movie.
After she pooped on your pillow, she deserves it.
I own it on DVD.
And Nicole owned that poop that she put on your pillow and blamed the cat for.
And she put it on DVD. She grabbed the case that has Invisible Dad in it, took the DVD out, put the shit in there, then smushed it down.
Oh my, guys, we are running out of physical media. We need to preserve it. Stop taking a dookie on DVDs, please. Neither D in the DVD stands for Dookie. The more you know.
But the boss, he put out a copy of the Dookie.
Took a train down a river called... Is that good podcasting?
I don't know, is that a Bruce song or is that Dookie in the style of Bruce?
No, that was a Bruce song with fart sounds.
Alrighty. I've been James.
I guess, do you have the time to... I've been Sean.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.